All right, let's just jump right in. We're going to take a word that you probably use every single day without even thinking about it. Walk. Now I know, it sounds super simple, right? But stick with me because I promise you, by the end of this, you'll see this word is an absolute superstar, packed with some seriously cool secrets.
So let's start with a bit of a puzzle. You see this on the screen? Walk is on the basic English 850 list. What does that even mean? Is it like some exclusive club for words? A top 850 chart? Well, don't you worry. We're going to unravel this little mystery together, and trust me, the answer is way more interesting than you think. So for today, let's think of the word walk as our main character. Yeah, on the surface, it seems pretty straightforward, kind of boring even. But deep down, it's a real powerhouse that does some serious heavy lifting in the English language.
First thing you need to know, this isn't just a word we think is common. Nope. It's officially one of the top 1,000 most frequent headwords in all of English. So think of it like a foundational brick in the entire structure of our language. We really rely on it, and that fact alone tells you just how critical its job is.
Okay, so let's start with what we all know best. Walk as an action, as a verb. This is the walk of just walking. But even in this simple role, you're about to see just how flexible it can be.
You see, like any hard-working verb, walk has a few different outfits it can wear. It changes depending on who's doing it and when they're doing it. So I walk, but he walks. We walked yesterday, and right now, we are walking. These little tweaks are the basic mechanics that make sentences actually work.
At its core, its most basic job is as an intransitive verb. Now that just means it doesn't need anything else to complete the thought. You can just say, I walk. Period. The sentence is done. It's just the pure, simple action of moving step by step.
But then it can also be transitive. This is when the action of walking has a target. You don't just walk, you walk the dog, or you walk 2 miles. See how that works? Now the verb needs a buddy to make the idea complete. It's a subtle but really important difference.
Okay, and this is where things get really cool. This slide just perfectly shows the word's hidden genius. Look at the difference here. On the one hand, you have the totally normal, literal uses. I walk to the store. She walks the dog. Simple. But then, look at the other side. If a criminal walks free, he just got away with it. And if your favorite pen walked from your desk, yeah, that means someone swiped it. It's the exact same word, but in these informal, slangy contexts, it takes on a whole new identity. How cool is that?
So, we've seen walk the action hero, right? But is that its only gig? Is it only something you do? Well, you can probably guess the answer is a big fat no.
Let's switch gears a little. We're moving from walk the action to walk the idea. It stops being just something you do and becomes something you can actually have. It becomes a thing.
And here it is as a noun. A walk is now an event, an occasion. You can go for a walk. And because it's what we call a countable noun, you can have more than one. You could take 3 walks today if you wanted. The action itself has been captured and turned into a concept you can talk about.
But wait, there's more. The story doesn't end there. This one little root word is basically the granddaddy of a whole family of other words. Each one carries a little piece of that original meaning, but they've all branched off to do their own unique jobs.
And what a family tree it is. I mean, look at this. You've got a walker for support, a walkway that you walk on, a walking stick, a walkie-talkie so you can, talk while you walk, and of course, walkies, the magic word that gets every dog excited. Every single one of these is built on that simple, core idea of walking.
All right, it's time to bring it all home. Remember that kind of weird quote from the beginning about the basic English 850 list? Let's finally solve that puzzle.
The key to the whole mystery is this number right here, 850. And no, it's not random. This number represents something huge about the very architecture of the English language.
And here it is, the big reveal. That number, 850, it stands for the Basic English 850, which is basically a super carefully chosen list of the most essential powerhouse words in the entire English language. You can think of it like a survival toolkit for communication. The whole idea is that with just these 850 words, you can explain pretty much anything. So the fact that our humble little word walk made the cut, that tells you it's not just common, it's considered absolutely fundamental to how we talk to each other.
And that right there is really the whole point. The true power of a word like walk isn't just in its dictionary definition. Its real strength is how incredibly versatile it is. It's a verb, it's a noun, it's the foundation of a whole word family. It's one of those essential building blocks we use to create complex ideas out of simple parts.
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Walk is just one of these hidden gems. What other everyday words are out there, the ones we use all the time, that are secretly the superstars of our vocabulary, doing all the hard work without us even giving them a second thought? Really makes you think, doesn't it?